ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Backyard Show. My name is Barry Montoya. You can't see me because I'm hunched over. Jeez. Oh, man. I just want to do a little something, because I know this is a music-orientated show. And y'all have been like, where the fuck is the music then? There. You happy? No, I'm just kidding. I'm having fun. I gotta get more musicians on here that I want to talk to, because, I don't want to keep it just the same, just me and baby girl. She looks dead. She looks like she's just hankering for a belly rub. Look at that. Yep. That's good stuff right there. How you guys doing? I'm so fucking glad to be here. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I'm just happy as fuck to be here, dude. Woke up late, slept in like usual. Having some good late night runs. These times of life right now. I stopped giving a fuck. I don't know if you guys could tell. I don't care anymore. I tried so hard to get so far, and in the end it didn't even matter. But actually, who do I have to impress? I don't have anybody to impress right now. It's not like I'm lowering my standards by not putting this fucking cheetah print sheet on my futon so it doesn't look like just the world's most uncomfortable couch, because it is. It's good enough for baby girl though, so at least there's that. I try to just think like baby girl these days. Mind like baby girl, just little puppy brains. We're off to a good start here. I'm having fun. I should probably put this on Do Not Disturb. I'm a fucking loser. I don't know what I'm doing in my life. Thank you. Yeah. I stopped caring. I got my Nike slides. I don't care, man. I don't. Maybe that will get me laid. Maybe that's the trick. The trick is to just not give a fuck and to attract some sleazeballs who are just as sleazy as I am. But, I'm a sleazeball, dude. I don't have no respect for myself and others, but no, I'm just this is me. This is the real me. You're getting the unfiltered Barry at this point. Yeah. Been playing, been jamming, trying to write something, but I don't know what it is, so I just kind of just write my ideas down on the 8-track or on my phone or whatever. It's just what I need to do is get into a studio and just record everything that I can. Like, every possible song, interlude, fucking verse, guitar solo, everything. I just need to put it out there. I just don't know how or what. I still want to do the Aesthetico album with those songs, but it's I wrote those songs in 2018, 2019, so it's I don't really I'm not that person anymore, really. So it's I don't want to put that out there, but at the same time, it's it's a part of me, it's part of my history, it's part of who I was. So I would like to have it out there, obviously, but only time will tell, because I'm kind of just trying to abandon ship, but because it's just this is in no way directed towards any musician. Maybe just one of them, because he's kind of an asshole. He's an asshole and an alcoholic, and I just don't want to be like those people. just bitter, angry at everybody, can't get a project going to save his life, has to rely on other people to record his shit for him, you know. But like I said, I'm not going to get into specifics, but I just don't want to be that guy who's like struggling to find people to jam out with because he's so damn like egotistical and just hard to work with. That is how you get some pretty good music, I'll be honest, but yeah, at some point you gotta just like look forward, not look behind you anymore, and just, you know, find something new, like a new sound. I'm really into jazz, playing jazz on the keys, and like I know the direction of where I want to go. It's more like boom bap, hip hop, soul, jazz, R&B, less rock and roll. I mean, I have like ideas for a grunge band because I want to sing for a grunge band. I can do some fucking heavy vocals, dude. I just haven't had the time to like make a cover. Like I said, I don't have a studio, I have a living room, so you know. I mean, my studio is in my living room. Like, the living room is is my quarters. This is my den. This is where I live. I get like 10 square feet of space. So, you can see why the creativity has a hard time flowing. But, yeah, that's another thing. Is like my point in life right now. It's like music is like the farthest thing away from me, you know? Like, I have other stuff that I'm trying to focus on, you know? I'm not trying to let my whole life just fall apart just because I'm focused on recording an album or, like, going on tour or fucking playing every fucking bar in Los Angeles and trying to get in on the fucking tours and the guest spots and, you know, getting in touch with headliners so I could do their show. I'm already doing that, but, like, for myself, for stand-up, so I'm putting all my, and it's another thing too, is like I'll try to write lyrics and then it just ends up me writing a dick joke. Like, it's hard to, like, you know, maintain, but, you know, that's the trick, is to just keep fucking doing it, you know? Like, I'm just like, I'm for sure ready to like do this like for my whole entire life. Had to clean my fucking glasses. Hopefully you guys. No, but it's, yeah. The video. I've been not wanting to do video episodes, but it's better. It's more engaging. I'm sure you guys love this shit. Just watching me next to my fucking keyboard, my record player that I don't really use anymore because I'm a jackwagon. No, yeah, man, I'm just trying to focus. I'm trying to focus on what's the next best move. Because at this point, I will jam with other people. Just not, you know, in the scene that I grew up in, essentially. And I love ska music. I love punk. I love metal. I listen to all that shit every fucking day. You know? But it's kind of just the scene that I don't want to be a part of professionally, because I don't like making generic music. You know, I want to get into other time signatures. I don't want to stay at 4/4. I don't want to just be like skeety beep 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 skeet beep. You know, it's fun, it's cool, and it's like, you know, I'm surprised actually. Well, I'm not surprised actually with the way the current state of the world is. How ska isn't like the most talked about music genre in LA. Like, it's still kind of underground, which actually is a good thing. I like the fact that ska core, ska punk, most of it is all still underground. Like, if you're a real punker, like, you know about ska. But, you know, like with Ocho Calacas, like, you know, they came from the hood, they came from LA, and it makes sense, you know. Like, I mean, I see why they wanted to play Punk in the Park, because it's a fucking, you know, it's a big show. But, you know, I appreciate how they said, fuck that, we're not going to play it. But at the same time, if the guy is funding Trump's campaign, okay, That has nothing to do with, you know, punk rock. It doesn't. I mean, punk is political. I'm not saying that it's not, but it's like, if the guy is funding Trump or he's pro-Trump, or I guess he took back his vote probably. He's like, oh fuck, I didn't expect for all this to happen. I mean, hey, speaking of Mexicans, no, so it's just like, how, like, why not play? Why not play that same stage, and just be like, fuck this guy, like he paid for Trump, and it's just like, what the fuck? That's gay. We don't like that. Here's a song about doing Nas. No, but it's just like, bro, like, I think it's a good thing if they did play it, and if they pulled out of it because of political, personal reasons, I mean, you can't get mad at that either. I mean, look at Inspector. Do you think, I mean, I'm not going to jump to conclusions. Who knows if anybody in Inspector actually is pro-Trump. I'm pretty sure there's people in Inspector, like the band itself, who have conflicting political views, but they don't let it get in between the music, the art that they're trying to make. But I guarantee you, if anybody finds out someone in Inspector is a Trump voter, or he is a Republican or a right-winger, the whole world is going to fucking shit itself. Because the idea of like, oh, I love this person because his views align with mine, and then the moment they think differently than you, you're like, well, fuck this guy. I hope he burns in hell. He's a piece of shit. And fuck ICE. But it's like, I think it just comes down to people not being comfortable thinking for themselves and seeing that somebody's going to portray them a certain way because of their views and beliefs. Like, okay, guys, listen. I'm going to say it once. If you're not fucking kids, if you're not murdering people, if you're not fucking being a nuisance, a menace to society, then what's the big fucking deal? Like, I don't, I'm sure, okay, everybody at this point knows in politics, these people are fucking money-hungry, soul-sucking demons who only care about their net profits. They only care about if the world is catering to their need, not to them catering to the world's needs, So, I mean, obviously, it's like, okay, if Gavin Newsom was to fund a comedy show, he's like, I'm going to get Gabriel Iglesias, I'm going to get Dion Cole, he's like, I'm going to get all the greats, player. Everybody's going to get a stack of Wonder Bread. Like, again, if Gavin Newsom would have set up this comedy show, and he has all these black comedians who I fucking, let's say he has the best of the best, Eddie Murphy, fucking, Dion Cole, the Southwest guys, I forget, the Southwest show, I forget. So, you guys know what I'm talking about, though. He gets, like, all the best black and Mexican comedians, right? And then he slides into my DMs. He's like, hey, Barry, I know you fucking hate me, but listen, I got this show coming up, brother, and I want you to play my show. We got all the best brothers in the business. I'll be like, fuck you, Gavin. No disrespect. I mean, all disrespect, but it's like, I wouldn't even accept the offer in the first place. So it's like, I mean, do your fucking research at that point. Like, if you're, I think, well, it's not common knowledge that the Punk in the Park guy had, funded Trump's thing. I mean, it came out on a lot of LA News articles. LA Taco talked about it particularly. That's how I found out. But, like, who the fuck cares, bro? Like, he should have never even put his political stance out there in general. I don't think anybody in punk rock should be putting their political stance on I'm a conservative or I'm a liberal, oi, oi, oi. Like, it's, dude, like, the thing about the thing that I've understood about punk is like, you know, it's nonconformity. That's how I boil it down. It's not anti-politics, it's not pro-politics. You know, it has nothing to do. Nobody in punk, no real punk rocker is voting. Nobody's showing up to the voters booth with a patched out vest and battle spikes and liberty spikes. Fucking, yeah, I voted, man. Like, those are called hippies. Those aren't punks. Those are fashion punks. Those are people who just like to look the part, you know? Which I'm assuming most of the people who are outraged are those fashion punks. I mean, I do feel like there's some fashion punks who are probably, oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude, dead Kennedys. Like, I saw dead Kennedys in 2026. Like, first of all, you didn't. You saw what's left of the dead Kennedy. You saw a dead Kennedy's cover band, my guy. I'm sorry. It's like, I knew this one girl in high school who, like, also a jackwagon like me. She ended up doing porn and all that, but that's not why she's a jackwagon. You know, I'm pro porn, okay? I don't want the fucking porn sluts attacking me, dude. Like, or do I, actually? We'll find out. No, so I knew this girl, and, like, you know, she's kind of a, you know, I could say some very mean things about her because I know her, but, like, I'm not, so, stop doing drugs, please. And stop getting your friends to do drugs. Stop getting your friends who don't do drugs to do drugs. That's all I'm gonna say. So I knew this girl who was like, oh yeah, I saw Sublime. It's like 2016, 27. Nah, it's like 2016. So I saw Sublime once, and I'm like, you saw Sublime with Rome because Eric Wilson and Bud Gaw had left the band already. It was just Rome, which I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon of hating Rome, but you know, it's like, how did he get away with riding on the Sublime name and like releasing music under Sublime when it's not really? I mean, you know what, I'll say this, Yours Truly was a really good fucking album because it had Eric Wilson and Bud Gaw in the band. So it was Sublime with Rome. And I could get with that. And then them playing the Sublime songs, like, that's the only thing I cared about. I was like, oh, what Sublime songs is he going to play now? But then they started writing his own music with the Sublime. That's where I'm like, okay, just make another band, dude. Like, we get it. Everybody wants to front Sublime, dude. Everybody thinks that they're Bradley Noel when they pick up a guitar and start playing Santeria. I get it. But it's just not my cup of tea. I like Rome as a musician, and as a person, he seems like a cool fucking guy. I'd smoke weed with him. But, like, riding on the Sublime name is, for me, is just like, ugh. It's like there's so many bands. Okay, like Linkin Park. Like, fuck it. Their music's still good. They can play. They could play like that. I mean, I'm sure they're still doing it in homage to Chester. I mean, if Mike Shinoda's in the band still, okay, it's still Linkin Park, dude. Like, if all the other members in it, it's just the other singer. Like, come on, it's still Linkin Park. They just have a new singer. It's like Suicide Silence. Like, they got a new singer. I kind of didn't really care for them after they got a new singer, but it's still Suicide Silence. It's like almost every original member is in the band, dude. Like, but okay. I'm going everywhere. I'm covering all the bases, guys. This is a punk rock episode of the Backyard Show. But, like, I don't see what the big deal is. I really don't. I mean, if your views don't align with somebody else's views and you don't want to, you know, support them, that's totally fine. It's like, how desperate are you for stage time? I think that's what it kind of boils down to. Because I get people hitting me up for gigs, and I want to tell them fuck off, but it's like, what other option do I have, really? Because I don't host my own room yet. I do work for a club. I get regular spots. I'm evolving as a comedian for sure. But it's like, what am I willing to sacrifice to go the distance, you know? Do I want to sacrifice friends, family, dignity, um character, what's the word I'm looking for? Reputation? Like, what am I willing to fuck up to get to where I want to be successful, you know? I mean, I would say I'm willing to sacrifice a lot, but if it comes to me losing myself and like it's like with the whole Saudi Arabia shit. How come Bill Burr is the only one getting shit for that? When there's so many fucking good, talented, veteran comedians who did do the show, and people was like, hey, like fucking Blood Money, like there's some certain people, they still get those jokes, but it's like Bill Burr got like the hate for it, which I mean, that's his choice. He did, but it's like who actually gives up that much of a fuck? Like, I just, it doesn't make sense to me. I get the current state of political affairs, but it's like, imagine if Rage Against the Machine just came out of the blue and played at the RNC. That would be fucking crazy, because I guarantee you there'd be people in the crowd who are like, yeah, fucking fuck the machine, fight that shit. But it's like, they're playing exactly what, people think that they've become. It's like they rage for the machine. It's like, dude, listen to their music. Their music is a symbol. What they are now doesn't tear down what they've done in the past, It's like the fucking sex offender politician dude who's coming out as a fucking sex offender, who's like, you know what? I've done some things and I've hurt some people, but, that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. I mean, it totally fucking matters, dude. Like, I don't like getting involved in politics because it's just it's a shit show. It's an acid trip. It's just, I'm not going to keep talking about politics. Don't worry. This is just what's on the base. This is what's on the table. I'm going through it, guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with Ocho Calacas. And what's funny is Ocho Calacas is actually like, we're sorry, but we're going to headline a local show because we haven't played locally for so long. Like, it's... There's so much going on. And then it's just like, there's so many people in the ska scene who are already like, the damage is done. You can't come back. Like, that's just how people are, though, too. It's like, you do one fucking thing, you don't do your research, maybe you say some shit on Twitter, and it's just like, alright, this guy is banned from every fucking backyard show ever. Like, dude, it's not that fucking serious. I mean, okay, if you're gonna think about it this way, sure, one guy funded Trump's campaign. How many people, American citizens, who want to hang him at the tree, how many of those people are in society? How many of those people are, work? How many people make money? How many of those people pay taxes? We are all supporting the presidency. If you guys didn't know that already. Just here, living in America, living in the regime, you are then enforcing the regime. You're strengthening it. You are giving it a reason to become what it's becoming, Look, I've been to a couple protests. I don't get involved in any of this shit. I don't want to. I don't want to. I mean, there's some city hall meetings I'm interested in doing just to go up and, be a comedian and, like, just call shit out, like Adam Carolla and Gavin Newsom. Oh my, I fucking love that video. And it's just like, because there's so much truth into being neutral about certain things. And now a lot of people will be like, oh, you're neutral, you're a centrist, well then you're privileged and you fucking, like, you're not like us. Like, well, I'll say that, yeah, I'm not like you guys because I don't fucking bang my head with a hammer because of all the shit going on in the community politically, because I have my own quarrels and I'm trying to figure out how do I get involved in my community instead of fueling the machine of, hate and misinformation and just thinking that, you as a fucking, like, some guy that works at a taco shop should have the means of, being a political person, or somebody that works at a coffee shop is here like funding Nazi fascism. Like, people are just trying to fucking live, dude. Like, I'm literally just trying to make a living, find success in my own field. That's not privilege. That's called survival. Some people are lucky. Some people have businesses. Some people put themselves in that position, and that's responsibility. Some people even go the distance and have a family while they run their business, and that's even more admirable. What isn't as admirable is when you sacrifice your family and everything else that you've worked for just to make your voice heard. Which, I mean, that's kind of the whole point, making your voice heard, but, like, again, at what cost? Like, there's more important things in life, I think. And if you have a problem with the way your city is being managed, you either get involved or you get the fuck out. Like, and that's my plan, my future. In the future, like, I don't want to live here in Los Angeles forever. Like, I've been here my whole life. I hate most of the people here. Like, I mean, not okay. I shouldn't say it like that because everybody's gonna just not like me. But, like, in my community, it's hard to get involved because I don't fit in the community. Sometimes I do, like, it feels like I don't fit in that well. And I have some people who I can resonate with. They're usually my age, but, I kind of don't care for it, because every time I walk by, like, nobody wants to look you in the eye. Everybody's just, averting eye contact. Everybody's just mean mugging all the time. Like, I'm walking. Fuck you. Like, so people drive like shit out here, guys. Come on, let's be honest here. Like, okay, I live in the valley. People in the valley drive like fucking assholes. Everybody. Like, okay, I'll say 1 out of 20 drivers in the valley drives like a normal person, like a normal human being, with a family that they love to go back home to, and a job that they love to not be late to every day, to, I don't resonate with the valley a lot. It's my home. I live here. I've become accustomed to a lot of the stuff here, but it's like, bruh, like, it's like a fucking GTA server out here. I'm telling you, dude. Like, and it all kind of goes back to, like, community and, like, my neighborhood. Like, okay, I can talk to my neighbors. I have neighbors I can talk to. But it's like, once I step outside of that neighborhood, like, I mean, even in my own neighborhood, I have people who are, like, banging on me. Like, it's like, I have neighbors who are, like, getting shot. I have neighbors who are just dead. Like, there's just people out here who are just broken. They're hurt. They're surviving. And, like, shit just their environment gets the best of them. And I'm not trying to have my environment really get the best of me. And it's hard. It's hard not to do that, But that's why I travel. When I do travel, I travel, liberally. No pun intended. But 'cause I went to Texas. And let me tell you, dude, the plane ride to Texas had me fucking geeking, because I'm like, I was the only brown person on that fucking plane, dude. Everybody had white skin, red cheeks, and red hats, dude. I was like, am I making a mistake by going to Texas? But then I get to Texas. I mean, I got to Austin. Obviously, Austin is just a fucking beautiful city. Anybody that says Austin is racist and hateful, just, you're looking for it, my guy. I hate to break it to you, but you're looking for somebody who's hateful. You're trying to like confirm what you've heard and like what you think it is, But like, okay, I'll tell you this: the most racist thing that ever happened to me in Austin was I'm trying to sign up for Kill Tony. I signed up and I'm just waiting. You wait around for hours trying to see if you get up. I'm standing outside. I'm watching the chick that stormed the Capitol help somebody park their car. People don't know how to park their cars out here in Austin. I don't know what the fuck it is. They need like 3 people to be like, yeah, you're good, yeah, okay, you're okay. And like it's cool, like whatever, but like so I see, I see people, I see the fucking life of Austin just breathing, and I'm chilling, minding my own business. Some guy comes up to me, and he's just like speaking Spanish to me off the bat. He's like, "Hey, qué pasó?" Or he said, "Hey," like I don't think he said "qué pasó" because that's elite ball Spanish right there. So he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Donde eres?" And I'm like, "Oh shit." You know where I learned that from? Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan, because he's like, "Donde eres? ¿Qué donde eres?" Or he's like, so he's like, "Donde eres?" And I'm just like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Ah, fuck." Oh, I'm from LA, Los Angeles, because I think he only knows Spanish. So I'm like, "Oh shit." So I'm trying to just speak Spanish. I'm like, Los Angeles. And he's like asking me more shit in Spanish. And I'm just like, he took I took my own mask off. I'm like, I don't speak Spanish that well, man. I'm sorry. And he's like, "Oh, really?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then he starts talking perfect English. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So you think just because I'm brown that automatically I only know Spanish? That was the only, and I'm not gonna call it racism, guys. I'm just fucking around. Like I have thick skin, okay? Like you could call me a fucking okay. Call me a Jap. If some guy in Texas calls me a Jap, I'm like, nice. I mean, he's not wrong. I'm half, so I'm not full. I'm not Japanese, I'm half. I'm half of that. So, like, I mean, okay, I'm in LA. Every woman in LA hates men. Let's just, okay? Again, 1 out of 10 women in LA have no problem with men and realize that we're all human. We all make mistakes. Some people are more toxic than others. Some people just fucking suck. Some people are just terrible human beings. And I think that's what women need to start saying. Is this guy is a terrible human being. Not this guy is a terrible person because of his sex or his species, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm in LA. Every woman hates men. Every woman hates men. 1 out of 10 women like men. So I have to sit down here and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Sorry, sorry, yeah. On behalf of all guys, sorry. No, I'm not gonna apologize on behalf of all guys. Guys need to apologize for themselves, but they're not going to. Incels are obviously gonna do what they do, but it's like, so the fact that women shit on men in LA all the time, constantly, and then say they go to Texas and then they see some guy and say, "Oh, fucking women, am I right? Fucking, anybody fucking got grocery bags at their house? No, you're not a woman. I don't know. Stupid, sexist, dumb shit you'd hear on fucking 4chan or Reddit. Just not even jokes. And I'm not saying women need to toughen up. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's annoying when you have to go somewhere like your place of business and people aren't taking it seriously, and they're like, just because they had one bad experience with a girl or a woman or their grandma, whatever makes them hate women, then they have to pass it off as like, oh, this is my art, this is the truth. Fucking, it's dumb as hell. So it's like, okay, I'm not saying that it's that men have the right to talk shit about women on stage and be misogynist or whatever. I'm saying that they don't have the right to do that and to pass it off as a joke. The same way that a woman can't just go up on stage and be like, fucking men suck. I was born straight, but now I'm a dyke. I'm a fucking... Because every man is terrible. Every man? Have you fucked every man? Is that why you hate men? Like, no, you don't. You just, you had a bad experience with a guy. So now your narrative is every man sucks. Men aren't men anymore. People are like, every man over 30 years old has a soft dick. And I'm like, my dick has been harder than ever. Maybe it had okay, maybe my dick was harder when I was like in high school, sure. But like I've never had that. I'm sure I've maybe, two strokes and I'm out. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. But, I never loved those women. I've never lasted longer than a minute for anybody that I'd never loved, okay? And even if I did, and then I love them, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so, so sorry, I apologize. I'm one of those guys. I'm not just going to go to sleep and be like, oh, thanks. But, I have no problem. My penis has no problem as of now, Maybe when I get into my 30s, okay, sure, but it's like people just use blanket statements all the time. That's like if I were to say, dude, every woman of today has the driest pussy I've ever had. Their pussies are so dry. You could eat it for 10 minutes and it would still be dry. I got cotton mouth from eating pussy the other day. Like, what is it with women and their dry pussies? Like, every woman has a dry pussy nowadays. Like, it's the same shit, man. Like, and I can't say I've ever had a dry pussy, guys. I'm not even trying to brag here. Every pussy I've seen has been soaked and dripping. So I'm like, these women are healthy. These women are healthy as hell. And whatever they're doing, they should fucking stick to it, alright? So, like, I'm talking snail bottoms, guys. I'm trying to think of any time that I've had some I've had to crank some pussy up, I've had to crank it, like, get it working, but it still runs, like, this is disgusting. See, this is the most porn I'll ever do, is talking about, my sexual activities. But what was I talking again? Oh yeah, Trump. So then I grabbed her by the pussy, right? No, it's like, I think people just want their narrative to be right. I for one hate when I'm right about something. Like, if I were to predict maybe 2 years from now, somebody is gonna strike Los Angeles. Terrorists are gonna come and blow up Universal Studios or some shit. Something terrorist-esque is gonna happen within the next 2 years. Now, say they fucking drone strike the Minion at Universal Studios. You know how many women and children and fathers are gonna die, and animals would die if that were to happen? That's fucking terrible. Now, if it happened, I'm not gonna be like, see, I fucking told you guys. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you that there's gonna be a terrorist attack? And then y'all didn't listen to me. Like, I was right. Whoop-de-doo, like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I hate being right. There's times where I just don't like that I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I actually love to be proven wrong more than I like to be proven that I'm right. And I feel like not a lot of people can say that. I think that's not far from the truth. I think that's where a lot of outrage comes, because people want to be right about a certain thing. And when people challenge that narrative of theirs, they feel like they have to defend themselves, because it's like every day you're festering about some shit. And I think deep down they don't want it to be true. Like, how many of these people who have predicted the whole Epstein shit, they're eating babies, they're fucking farming babies and eating them and raping them and all of this shit. Like, how many of those people are like, I was right. I told you. I fucking told you. How many people are gloating the fact that, some twisted ass dark thought in their head actually became true? I think it's dangerous to think that way. Because then you're just assuming the worst for everything. And once it happens, you're like, yeah. You're kind of like, in a way, I think that's like how you turn yourself into a martyr. Like, okay, I'll even, like with Charlie Kirk, like, I don't agree with a lot of the shit he said, nor do I encourage people to think that way. But when it comes to like, okay, certain practices are actually catered towards a certain group of people, trying to put them up on a pedestal when really they're kind of like, they're exposing their own racism, you know? Like, go to UCLA or USC, whichever one. You know how many Asians are out there? A lot. Too much. Too many. Too many. A lot of them. I don't actually mean that, but it's like, it's like I can't, like, if I step outside right now, you know how many Mexicans there are? Too many. It's just all Mexican. I can't relate. And if I go to fucking Koreatown, I'm not gonna well, maybe I'll run into Mexicans, but if you go to UCLA or USC, you're not gonna run into any fucking Mexicans. It's all just Asian kids. So it's like, fuck, I forgot what I'm talking. I'm like a crazy train, dude. I keep telling you. So we're talking about not fitting in Asian. Okay, so it's like, if UCLA is only accepting Asians because they get higher test scores than everybody else, that seems very racist to me. Like, who is in charge of that? If it's some white guy or some, someone who's not, even if it is someone who's Asian, that's even more scary, because now you're getting a superior race theory where it's like, no, like, we're not letting anybody in if you're not Asian, dude. Like, come on. Go to fucking community college, dude. Like, you don't belong here in university, man. We got the best of the best. We got Koreans. We got Chinese. We got Japanese. We got all them nieces. Shout out Ralphie May. All them nieces. So, it's like, why let in some fucking Mexican from the valley who's just gonna be a mechanic? Like, we don't need any more mechanics. We need doctors and scientists. So it's the same shit. It's like New Jersey right now, like Jackson, New Jersey, or whatever. Now, I don't believe in a lot of, it's like the Somalian shit. Okay, Somalians are known for fraud. That doesn't mean every single Somalian in Minnesota is committing fraud, okay, I'll say that 1 out of 10 daycares, I'm telling you, one of them at least is probably committing fraud. But every other daycare out there is just a normal daycare. If you're an immigrant, English isn't your best language unless you're really smart. I know a lot of people who are immigrants who know English, I feel like, better than the average American. And they're bilingual. So it's like, I'm not even that bilingual. Yo no sé, yo no sabo. Ya estoy el niño no sabo. See, like, that's the best I can do. Like, I don't think, like, anybody who actually speaks Spanish will be like, you're retarded, dude. Like, that's another thing, like, the superiority of people, like, just because you speak Spanish because it's your native language. Obviously, it's your native language. You're going to speak it better than anybody else who it's not their native language. And it's like the argument, too. It's like, okay, well then, how about speak English? Speak perfect English, dude. Read perfect English. Like, make no spelling mistakes, no grammatical errors. I want your English to be fucking perfect, dude. But I can't say that because that makes me sound a little racist. I mean, even hearing that in my headphones, I'm like, that's a little racist, dude. But, I mean, then just, then don't speak Spanish. Like, and I try not to, but there's times where I want to speak Spanish. Where I'm like, you know what? I go outside and I'm going to speak some Spanish today. I'm going to get in with my community. I'm going to come with a stack of Wonder Bread, man. Like, I'm just like you. Like, I go over and I'm just like, I try to order something in Spanish, and they know my Spanish sucks, and I feel like they feel offended because my Spanish isn't that great. And then they don't even, like, they throw all the Spanish out the table. They know just from my first words, they just speak English to me. So it's, in my mind, they're like, dude, speak English, motherfucker, because your Spanish is terrible. I'm like, okay, then, geez, like, But then it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because it does feel racist and it does sound racist. But there's times where I feel like Mexicans feel way more superior than not only other Mexicans but just everybody else. Like, well, let's say this. I feel like some Mexicans feel they're superior just because, they're pure, they're, machismo, whatever, and they know perfect Spanish. And I don't know, man. Like, that's just how I feel walking through my community, I mean, there's just a lot of hurt, broken people out there, so that's one thing. But, like, I feel like, and I'm not even going to say it's just Mexicans, too. Like, I feel like every race has their own, like, superiority factor where they just think that, they're better. Their culture beats your culture. Like, you have no culture, basically, is what they're saying. It's like when you talk shit about white people, bro. Like, how much white people out there know how to season their food? Obviously, it's a stereotype. But then you go to, like, a backyard party or whatever. What do white people call cookouts? Well, I feel like they call them cookouts because that's what black people call them. So they had to, like, oh, cookout. I'm just like you, brother. I can't get over Gavin Newsom. He's a fucking cornball, bro. Stacks of Wonder Bread, man. He's, honestly, Gavin Newsom is the wigger of California. He is the California wigger. Like, Eminem used to be the wigger of Detroit, right? Who's the wigger of New York? Who's King Wigger? I don't even know. But California, obviously, King Wigger is Gavin Newsom. Let's be honest here. I don't know if you want to admit it. I don't even want to admit it. I know that there's cooler wiggers out there, but I thought a wigger was somebody who wore a wig. Guys, we're having fun here. I need more guests. I need guests and I need a location. So if, I'm going to start asking guests if I could just record at their house, because that's just what I want to do, bro. Like, my house is a shit show, guys. I'll be honest here. It's a fucking shit show here. Nobody wants to help each other out. It's like a sinking ship. But enough of that, because that's for my therapist. One day I'll talk about all this shit. It'll make for good content, I know. And I know there's a lot of people out there who could relate to me. Because, I mean, I live in a fucking I'd say stage 2 hoarder house. It's not stage 3 or stage 4. Definitely not stage 1. But I live in like a stage 2 hoarder situation. And I'm glad my family's not here because they would fucking hate me for saying that out loud. Because they're just not. They're in denial about a lot of shit. I'm in denial about a lot of shit too. But I smoke weed, so that helps, kinda. Not really, but hey. We're here. Man, yeah. There's a lot going on. I don't want to talk about the state of the world because I can go on forever. Because I got some pop culture shit to talk about. Let's talk about me for a second. No. I've been having so much fun, dude. I think every week goes by and I'm like, dude, I'm progressing. And I know, because I've been killing it. Well, I'm going to host a fuck ton of open mics tonight, so I know it's going to be a shit show. But, like, I've been doing so many good shows. So many fun shit's been happening. I did a roast battle with Rick Blaze. That's going to be coming out not today, not next week, but probably the week after. Or if not that, it'll probably be out 5 weeks from now. If not 4 weeks. Hopefully 4, but... Yeah, my God. I love Roast Battle. I love everybody that's a part of it. Even the people that don't like me. And here's what I'm starting to figure out in the world of comedy right now. Is I feel like I've gotten to this point where I know who my friends are. I know who I can talk to. I know who's cool. And I know who's just also happening to be doing stand-up in the same city as me, and because in a way, like, I want everybody to be my friend. That's statistically impossible. Which is why I feel like I don't socialize as much as I'd like to, because I know that not everybody wants to be my friend, and I know that a lot of these people are just acquaintances So it's a process though. You have to figure out who is actually there to, just doing their own shit, but who's also there to support you, and who actually like treats you as a friend. Like, there, I have my friends and I have my colleagues, and I feel like now I've split the room. So anytime I do like a show with somebody or a roast battle, a lot of them I'm more closely acquainted to than like a booker or somebody whose show I'm trying to get on, like I'm just trying to establish connection. I'm not trying to, take advantage of people, even though that's what a lot of people say you got to do in this business, to just, if somebody's there to help your career progress, then just do it. But the way I see it now is like I know who's there to help, and I know who's there to help themselves. And in the business, you kind of have to know who your friends are, because I mean, I've met people just barely like in the green room, and I'm like, oh, I've seen them before. I've seen them at a show. I've seen them do this. I've seen them on a YouTube video, whatever. But those people aren't always like I don't know how to say it. They're just colleagues, basically. They're not your actual like, It's like when you see like Theo Von and Friends, like those are his friends. I've seen those people. I mean, they work at the Comedy Store. They go on tour with him. Those are his friends. So when people do a show with and friends, it's like, yeah, those are their actual like people that they've met, like they've known for 20 years plus, It's not like they're there to take advantage of each other. They're like, it's not like the opener. It's not like Cat Bird's coming over here like, hey, Theo, like, I know we've never met before, and I know you've probably never seen me on stage at the main room before, but can I do your show? Like, it's like if I were to ask Theo Von, like, hey, I met you at the lab once. Can I open for you in fucking at YouTube Theater? Like, he doesn't trust me or know me enough to do that. So it wouldn't be Theo Von and Friends, like, yeah, Catbird is probably one of the funniest motherfucking Comedy Store people out there. There's so many funny people at the Comedy Store. Like, even people that, like I said, I'm not friends with, but I'm acquainted with them. Eric Rocha, I think his name is. Yeah, a lot of the door people at the Comedy Store are really fucking good at what they do. There's a reason why they work the door at the Comedy Store. But it's also like, that position comes with a lot more than just running the door. You get stage time. Here's the thing about like people that work the club, like, you're sacrificing a lot because now this is becoming like your job. How many times do you get a job and then like a month or two in, you're like, fuck this job, fuck these people, I don't need this shit. Like, there's a lot of people out there that do that. But okay, like, if I were to get a job at a different club, I mean, I've worked at other clubs before. The last club I worked at, I worked at the Ice House, and I mean, I loved being there, and I loved the people that I met, but goddamn, working there sucked. They didn't really care. They garnished wages. I mean, this is all over, so I could talk about it. I got injured while working, and they took me off the schedule when I needed time to recover. I'm just like, what the fuck, It's all good. I took care of that shit. They know. When I walk into the Ice House, they know. They're like, damn, we really took advantage of him. Look at him on the main stage of the Ice House. Well, here's the thing about clubs. When they have comics working for them and they treat them well, like the Comedy Store does, the Comedy Store treats their comedians who work there very well. I mean, the bar staff looks pretty happy at times too, so I'm pretty sure they treat their bar staff well. But the Improv, I guarantee. Let's talk about the Improv, because everybody loves talking about the Comedy Store. It's the world famous Comedy Store. I get it. I love it. But the Improv, Holy shit, does the Improv run a tight ship, guys. Bet you didn't know I had a second drink. That's that autism, baby. I'm gonna take this shit off. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna take it off. The people at the Improv are so, like, I feel like I'm at home when I'm at the Improv, dude. I did a show, I did the Funny Mill with, who does that show? Nick DeRossola. Fucking hilarious, dude. I want to roast him, dude. I want to get a roast battle with Nick. So Nick produces this show at the Hollywood Improv. Very fucking fun show. But the people who work at the Improv make it such a fun fucking time, bro. Like, I brought 3 of my friends. I mean, kind of had to. I brought 3 of my friends. One of them got hit in the face by one of the doors. I forget where. Maybe in the hallway. And one of the food runners, he was like, oh, like he felt so bad because he hit my friend in the face with a door. And he just came back with a shot. He's like, here you go, man. Here's a shot. I'm like, I mean, I don't know the guy's name, so I don't know if, but that's fucking peak customer service right there. And it's cool because, like, at the Comedy Store, I don't think that would have ever happened, dude. I feel like if somebody hit you in the face in the door at the Comedy Store, say that 10 times fast, I feel like the person would just be like, why the fuck you standing in front of this door, man? Hey, I'm gonna need you to go at the end of the hallway down there, okay? Like, I understand the position that they're in, but, like, learn from the Improv. The Improv is, like, I love it there. That's, like, it feels like home. Ice House is like, it feels nice because, they got the VIP booth. And, well, you better be a comic that is well known if you're going to be in the VIP booth, because from what I've heard, management doesn't like seeing local comics hanging out in the green room when they're on a show. But I'm not going to get into that. But, the Ice House is cool. It has its moments. The Comedy Store really is the place you want to perform, because it's an entity. The Comedy Store is its own thing, dude. You're not gonna meet. I mean, at the Improv, you'll meet some really good fucking comedians. I saw Dusty Slay there. I didn't see him perform, but I saw Dan Mintz perform at the Improv, and oh my god, that dude is fucking hilarious, dude. So, like, yeah, like, I think every club has their own, like, feel to it. The Haha Club, which is the first club that I started doing stuff at, I love it there. It has an edge to it, definitely. Because I know there's a lot of people that don't like performing at, the Haha, or, like, there's certain clubs, like, okay, I mean, I'll say this, I don't like performing at the Nightcap, and I'm not going to get into that, but, fuck that guy. That guy can suck a dick. He can suck my dick from behind, dude. Cause, okay, this is what I'm getting at. Any club that treats their comic like they work for them is like, you're gonna get what you get. When you have a club that treats their comedians like, okay, the club is here for you. What does the club need to do so that you can perform and that you can do what needs to be done? So that you can give us a good name. Because, like, if the club has to book comedians who make the club look good. But you also have to, it's a mutual thing. Like the comedy shop, or I forget the name of the venue. And I guess I shouldn't give them the recognition either. But there's a club in New York where the owner has been sexually assaulting comedians, male and female. So it's like, what? Like we work at the club, but you work for us essentially, because without comedians, you have a bar or a restaurant with a huge stage and pictures everywhere. Like, take the comedian out of the comedy club, you have no club. So it's like, how are you gonna disrespect the comedians that work? I'm not saying that every comedian deserves fucking star treatment. You know, I just went through some shit like that with the Cacahuate sisters. But like, you know, you can't expect to be treated like a star when you walk into an establishment and nobody knows who you are. I mean, even if Dave Chappelle walks into like the Comedy Store, which I mean, you know, he does get kind of special treatment, but it's like if you're not Dave Chappelle, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's gonna cater to you. Like Dave Chappelle can walk into any club and smoke, knowing he's like, fucking put it on my tab. Put it on my tab, bitch. I'm rich. No, it's fucking Donnell. I don't do a good Dave Chappelle. I keep coming in with a cigarette, and you know it's Dave Chappelle. I don't know. That's terrible. Ugh. I'm not Dan Soder. I have some good voices, but that's not one of them. I'll tell you. Dave Chappelle can walk in anywhere, smoke a cigarette, and not have to give a fuck about the $200 cleaning fee that he has to pay for. Like, he's Dave Chappelle. He doesn't give a fuck. He can do that. He's one of the best comedians of our time. But like, you know, I can't walk into the Comedy Store, not be on a show, and argue with the door people because they don't want to let me in. I'm not gonna do that. The door person has more authority than I do. That's why they're the door person. So if I walk in like, oh hey, no, I'm just here to hang out, and they're like, then hang out outside. I'm like, oh, but I know who's. I mean, Brian's in the belly room, and I know he's hosting, and he's cool with me. He's like, I don't care. They're like, no. I'm like, all right, dude, jeez, sorry. What's your name? You know, like I'll be cool. Like, I know if I'm in the wrong. Like, I snuck in the amount of times I've snuck into a Comedy Store show before I was a comic, and me still being like a comedian that people know. Like, it's embarrassing for me, but it's like at the same time, it's like, yeah, can you blame me? Like, so I mean, okay, recently when Mark Normand was doing a show at the main room, I popped in. I was like, yo, I know that voice. But it's also because I was there intentionally to sneak into the main room to watch him perform. And I did. And I stood in the back, saw him go up. I saw Fahim bring him up. And I was like, holy shit, that's Mark Normand. And I saw him do like probably 3 minutes of material before I got kicked out by one of the door people. And, you know, I'm never gonna be like, oh no, I have the right to be here, dude. I'm just here. Nah, dude, get your manager. Like, I'm not gonna do that. If somebody asks me to leave, I'm leaving. You know, I'll try. I'm persistent. You know, they're trying to kick me out, and I even asked, is there a place where I can watch from the back? And then the door guy's like, no. Get the fuck out. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. My bad. And I just leave, you know. But I was like, dude, I just saw Mark Normand for like 3 minutes being Mark Normand doing jokes. I'm just like, yeah, that was worth it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if every door person at the Comedy Store hates me now because they have to kick me out whenever there's a comedian I like and I'm trying to watch them. That's their job. They kind of have to do that. But why should I make them do something unnecessary? Even if it is their job to tell me to get the fuck out. Like, you know, that's my bad. I'm sorry. But, you know, there are times where before I was even a comedian, the first show I ever went to was a Mitzi's birthday show. I think maybe I had done comedy already, like an open mic, you know, at a bar. So, you know, not really a comedian. So I did show up. You know, I paid the 2-drink minimum, you know. I got fucked up that day, actually. It was before I stopped drinking. So I watched the show in the main room. Fucking had a great time. That's when I met Justin Martindale at the bar area. Because he was like maybe the first or second comedian that went up and Oh my god, he is unbelievably funny. He is one of the funniest motherfuckers out here in LA. And so I went up to him. I was like, dude, just that. I was like, I was drunk. Huh, dude, he's so funny, man. Like, I had like two whiskey. I had an old fashioned. No, yeah, I had like two old fashions and like a bottle of prosecco, that fucking champagne. Um, I'm a lightweight, guys, but I love heavy shit. So, oh, you're so funny, man. And he's like, oh, thank you. I was, I was throwing more lisps than he was, dude. That's how drunk I was, but genuinely, it was like one of the best experiences I've ever had. But after that show was over, I was like, I'm gonna wander around this motherfucker. So I was in the main room, and this is how drunk I was, because I do not know where the fuck I ended up. I think, okay, so if you're in the main room, you know, you go to the back where the bathrooms are, the men's bathroom, and then there's the hallway to go out into the main hallway. If you go past, there's usually somebody standing there, which, you know, makes sense, because after the show was over, the room's empty. I walk through that hallway, and I ended up in a whole other room that I don't think anybody who isn't a comedian has ever seen. But it's the secret. It's the room with the piano in it. Not the original room. There was a room, like a door, like a push open door, like swings open. And there's a fucking piano in there. It was dark. It's quiet. I got scared because I'm drunk. I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to get kicked out. And I'm hearing like noise and shit, like, you know. So I'm like, fuck. And I ran out. And then I ran back into the hallway where it leads to, if you go to the left, the belly room's there. And if you go to the right, that's where the original room's at. So I'm leaving. I go in this hallway. And I had already had a drink on me, though, too. I had an old fashioned on me, just, you know, fucking walking, fucking trespassing with a fucking drink in my hand. So I leave. I go into the main hallway, and I'm walking out. And I'm like, oh shit, because it's like 12 in the morning, and you know who's up in the original room at 12 in the morning, dude. I walk, because, okay, Don Barris was hosting the show that I was watching, so then I walk out and I'm hearing him, and I'm like, oh shit, oh, there's still a show going? So I go into the original room, and it's not, there's a lot of open seats, but it's not empty. It's a good sized room. And I go straight to the front of the stage. I walk in here like it's my fucking house, and I own the place. So I go in. Okay, so the stage is right here, and then there's like seats that surround the stage. So I go to stage left. Oh no, stage right. I go all the way to stage right. So like when you walk in, you go to the left, and I sat down, put my drink on the table, and I just put my feet up on the stage like a jackwagon, dude. And I'm heckling, you know, I'm drunk as fuck. I'm like saying this and that. Don Barris is doing you know, he's not doing like the jokes that he usually does, like, you know, the bee in the jar shit. Like, he's not doing like his well written. He's like working shit out. At some point, he sees me, I'm being a dick, and he's like, is there a mute button for you? Like, do you come with a mute button? I'm like, oh shit. I thought it was funny. But then as soon as Don Barris was saying something, one of the door guys came up to me. I don't know if he was the door guy or if he was like I mean, I think all the people that work there are door guys. Like, right? Like the people that like watch the room and shit. Like, so I'm being a dick. This guy comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, hey man, I know you're not supposed to be here. And like, I'm gonna kick you out if you don't relax. And I'm just like, oh yeah, my bad. And I chilled out. I was like, okay, because I want to see this, you know. And then that shit ended. I go outside to get another drink. I saw Don Barris, and I was just like, I felt bad because I didn't have comedy club etiquette at the time. So I was like, hey man, I went up to him and I shook his hand. I'm like, I'm so sorry if I like caused a problem for you. And he looks at me and he's like, "We're all having fun here, man. You're good." I'm just like, "Hell yeah, dude." I was like, "Okay, so I'm not in the wrong." Okay. And I've met Don Barris many times after that. He's one of the fucking coolest fucking people. Anybody that works at the club regularly, they're the coolest fucking people there. Like, even the door guys. Even though I know the door guys don't like me, I still think they're the coolest people there. So I respect them. I respect them more than I respect myself, I think. Nah. I respect them because, you know, what they do is hard because they work the club. They have to fucking they have to chase after people. Like, a lot of them are kind of angry. I've seen them get a little angry, and I get it because it's like they have to deal with that shit every day. But you know, so I ran into him. So what's up? And then as I was leaving the show, I was standing outside where everybody smokes weed, and the door guy that came up to me said I was being a problem in the original room. And we're just there standing with each other. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, what's up?" I'm fucking wasted. And he's just like, out of nowhere, all I hear is, "You want a joint?" I'm like, "You talking to me?" Like, me? He's like, "Yeah, you want a joint?" And I was like, I'm not gonna say no. So he gives me a joint in a little doob tube. And I'm just like, "Hell yeah, dude, thank you." And then I didn't have a lighter on me, so I was like, "You have a lighter?" And he's like, "Yeah." He gives me a lighter. I light it up. I take a couple hits and I pass it to him. He took like a hit or two. And he's like, "That's all you, bro." And I'm like, I fucking love it here, dude. You can be a dick and people still treat you like you're a fucking human being, you know? Like, so I like it. I'm not talking shit about anybody. You know, I'm just saying there's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit, baby. But yeah, I don't even know. How are we doing on time? I'm not working with a fucking sound guy or a video guy right now, but I will be once I get my shit together. Yeah, man, I think that's almost everything I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Dates. Hold on, I gotta take a piss first. Alright, I'm back. Had to take a piss. Dates. Got some good dates coming up for you guys. March. I'm gonna have to put them in the description because I think I'm already forgetting. March 6th. It's a Thursday. Roastbusters at the Haha Club. Very fun, very exciting. The Roastbusters debut at the Haha Club. Fuck, don't miss it. March 26th in Long Beach. I forget where, but again, everything will be in the description. March 26th in Long Beach. No Llores with Los Digits. Another roast battle. That's gonna be fun. I haven't done a No Llores show, I think, maybe last year. I think the last one I did, maybe it was either at the Sesh, the 420 Nurse Sesh, or it was in Palm Springs. I forget. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I'm excited to go back. This Saturday, February 28th, I'm at the Hollywood Comedy. The good old Hollywood Comedy. I'm hosting. So I'll be doing a set and I'll be hosting throughout the night. We have a special guest coming to the Hollywood Comedy. Very exciting. A comedian that I grew up watching. That I ended up doing the same show that she was on. And I've been just having so much fucking fun. So it's going to be such a full circle moment for me. Yes, just for me and me only. Other dates. Oh, every Monday. I'm not there every Monday, but every Monday at Hand Brewed Brewery in Chatsworth on Varial Avenue. Very fun show. 7:30 p.m. every Monday. I'll try to put that in the description too. They do comedy shows there. It's probably one of the funnest rooms. So I got to talk about these two situations. So I did a brewery show, and I love doing those shows. These shows have been fucking cracking. I don't know what it is. It's a really nice room. So yeah, you guys gotta check that out if you're in Chatsworth. Or anywhere really. Just come out and support. So okay. I wasn't even supposed to be going on stage, but there was I guess somebody dropped the show, and Zach hit me up, fellow comedian, fellow coworker. Just texted me out of the blue. He's like, "Can you show up to the brewery by 8:30, and I can get you up?" I was okay. I was balls deep in this Chipotle burrito, right? And I fucked it up. It took me a while to completely fuck it up. So I'm at home watching podcasts, trying to digest this fucking burrito, right? I'm high as fuck. And I get a text. And I wasn't expecting to go up on stage that night at all. So Zach sends me this text. And he's like, can you get here by 8:30? I'm like a half hour away. I'm like 24 minutes away maybe. And I'm just like, I'll be there, dude. I was so excited to do that. So I said, fuck this burrito and my digestive tract. I got up, put some pants on, got right in my car. Well, put my pants on, brushed my teeth, drank some water, got the fuck out. Had a nice Coke Zero for the ride there. Took the streets. I didn't even have to take the fucking freeway. I know these streets, dude. I built these streets. These streets are my streets. So I'm taking the streets, and I get to this brewery. I park, smoke a bowl, go inside. It's packed. There's like maybe one table that I could sit at. 2 tables. So I sit at the smallest table with nobody there. And I'm waiting. Zach, he's telling me I'm going to go up after Jeff King. Hands down, one of the fucking funniest comedians out here in the Valley, LA area. He was in the Marines. Really fucking chill guy. Like, we listen to the same music. I'm 26. He's like got to be in his like late 30s, maybe early 40s. We click. I love him. He's such a fucking cool guy. Really sweet guy too. Like, you know, you meet. I know plenty of ex-Marines and ex-Army, ex-infantry. He's one of the chillest, coolest people. And there's another guy who's in the military or who's a Marine that's there. He's also super cool. Phil from Philly. Really cool guy. So it's, you know, it's gonna be a good time. You know when you walk into a bar or a show or anything, and you just hear a guy just going, "Yurt, yurt," like he's from New York. Just yurt. Not black, by the way, just white as snow. You know, even worse, right? So this guy's yelling, he's being a problem, whatever. So Jeff King goes up on stage, talking about how he was in the Marines. A fucking homeboy Yurt over here is like, "I was in the Marines too. I was there too." Turns out they were in like the same branch or the same like, they went to the same boot camp and everything. They fought in the same war and everything. I'm just like, holy shit, this is not good. Because now this guy thinks he's a part of the show, and so he keeps interrupting him. He's just saying like just drunk Marine shit, you know. "I was there too. I was there too, fool." And he's, you know, Jeff's trying to do his set. He has material he's working on, and he can't get through his material because this fucking guy is just ooh-ahing up a storm. So we knew he was a problem. And Zach was telling me, so after Jeff, then you. And I'm like, all right. So Jeff does his thing. He's having a hard time shutting that guy down like anybody would. I mean, he just started he brought out the beast as soon as he started relating to him, which kind of sucks because, like, he should be courteous to his fellow Marine, I guess, but he's not. And I guess that guy's been a problem at that venue too. So hey, if you guys want to practice taking down a heckler, go to the Hand Brewed Brewery, guys. So Jeff gets off stage. Now they call me up on stage. And this guy is relentless, but I'm doing my material. I'm like, oh, look, a little boo boo, whatever, fucking. I'm Filipino, but I'm not. Like, I start doing my material, and fucking over here, and I wanted to take a part of my set to talk about some real world issues. I was talking about Mexico. There's a war in Mexico going down. ICE, and I'm trying to get political. I'm trying to talk current events. And I forget I said something about I was trying to make some jokes about the war, and then fucking over here, he's like, you know who did that? You know who did that, right? Trump. He's starting a Trump chant. And so he was like, you know who did? I talk about the war. He's like, you know who did that? Some lady in the back was like, shut up. I'm like, the room is out of control now. So I'm like, hold on. I got this. This dude is just like being a nuisance. He goes, okay, it gets quiet, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I can get through my material. This motherfucker goes on his phone as the room is dead quiet. He's like, yo, what's up? Nah, I'm here. Now where you at? Where you at, man? Like, just being a fucking nuisance. Like, on the tip of my tongue, I was like, is this guy really taking a fucking phone call now? Like, can you take that shit outside? Is what I wanted to say. But I didn't want... Okay. With this whole controversy shit, every time I say what's on my mind, people get mad. Because, oh, you're so rude. Oh, you're unprofessional. Okay, well, you don't understand live comedy then, because this guy was making it impossible to get through anything, to the point where the crowd's like, shut up, like, fuck. So, Phil from Philly, fucking, because there's no security at this fucking brewery. It's a local owned brewery, dude. Like, so they had some guy came in who I guess knew him. He's like, hey, like, he yells at him. He's like, yo, like, cut that shit out, bro. Like. And he tries to take him outside, and this dude again, he's like, Trump. And I'm just like, this isn't the time to start a Trump chant. I don't know if you've been seeing what's going on in the world. That's how I won the room back over. They're like, slow clap turns into a huge applause break. I'm just like, yeah, dude, what are we, in fucking Mexico here? What are we doing here, dude? Kick that guy out. He kicks him out, and I'm just like, How am I gonna bring it around home? How am I gonna bring it home after all that? I don't remember how I did. I was supposed to record it. I wish I did. I have not been recording any of my sets because I'm just getting into it. And I like how people do their clips. You can do clips, you can do this and that. But it's like some of people's clips, I'll say this, it's not their best work. It's not. It's like you happen to be recording and you caught a moment, which the moment itself is funny. The moment itself is comedy, and what you did is like you're honing it in. I get it. But like clips are just like, it's just to get people to see you do what you do, see what your style is, see how you maneuver and work shit out. Like, I wouldn't even use my best material on a clip. But some people do. Some people like to burn their jokes right off the bat. Which is like, my long-term goals are different than their long-term goals. Everybody has their own goals. And you can't knock it because we're all trying to do comedy. We're all trying to get something out there. But I'm not a clips guy. I'm really not. I have a couple clips. Some of them are like, stuff that I wrote on the fly or stuff that I like wrote a long time ago and I'm trying to bring it back. Like, some of them are just moments that I've captured on camera. So it's not really material, but it's, a way to show how I work. But I'm not a clip. I don't like clips, And if you do clips, that's cool. Like, I like when I see clips from people. But it's like, My main goal right now, and I've said it time and time again, and I'm getting a lot closer to that goal, is to write an album and just release it. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, CDs, vinyl records. That's what I'm trying to get at. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do something like that, because I'm not just gonna go to like some random bar and do an album recording. I could do a demo tape there maybe, but I'm not gonna do an actual album. Like when you listen to a comedy album, there's a host, there's an MC, there's a show. You're headlining that show. You're doing a half hour, maybe 40 minutes of material. Maybe even an hour, but most albums are like 30 to 40 minutes. You have a host, they bring you up, they introduce you. The first track is literally the audience is there to see you. They're not like, it's not just some guy who stumbled in. It's not just someone on a date who just wants to see a comedy. It's like, well, some of it, yeah, but I'm trying to build something where it's like, okay, let's go to the improv, let's go to the lab, let's go to the California room, maybe. I don't want to do a main room album recording just yet, but a small room, a room that fits like 100 people. The belly room, even the belly room. I want to start in a small room. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. I want to be able to pack out that room and record an album just like that. Get the audio track. I mean, even if I had to run that half hour multiple times at multiple shows and multiple venues, so be it. That's what it takes to make something good. Like I honestly, like, everybody has their own way, but like I'm trying to do it my way. I'm a club comic. I love clubs and I love performing. I love performing at nighttime. Yeah, I can't function. My diaphragm just doesn't want to do anything for me. I even had a hiccup attack last night. Like I woke up just hiccuping like nonstop. I was even trying to like practice my breathing, like, and I couldn't. It was terrible. I don't know what's up with my diaphragm, but I'll smoke about it. So I guess, and then the other story. So I was Monday, fucking Ura guy. They kicked him out. I won the crowd over. I shut him down, but at the same, so the next day, today's Thursday. On Tuesday, I went to the Thai Angel Bar for my first time. Lovely fucking room. Mario Caballero runs a sick ass room with Out of Breath Productions, and I like shit like that, like dive bar late night shit. Not like okay, UBG is excessive. It's too much. The room's too big. There's too many people doing their own thing. Comedy needs to be more tight knit, okay? Which I don't have a problem with people that do shows at UBG. I mean, you'll never see them at the Hollywood Improv. You'll never see them at the main room at the Ice House. But and I feel like a jackass saying that though too, because it's like I've only done one show in the main room of the Ice House. So, but I mean, like, hey, that's kind of their mentality too. They're like, oh, fuck everybody, I'm gonna fucking do my jokes here at this dive bar that nobody's gonna care about, and that's all I need. I want more than that. Sorry, I'm looking for more. I'm hungry out here. I'm not here trying to, I'm not here trying to cater to bar patrons, dude. Like, I want to perform in front of fans of comedy. But that's neither here nor there. If you like doing bar shows, that's totally fine. That's actually, I respect that more than trying to get out there and grind for the main rooms. When, if your level is just dive bar jokes, then, that's cool. Like, you don't have to be a headliner. You don't have to be touring nationally. You don't have to be touring the USA. You don't have to be doing the ISO tours. Like, do your thing, and I respect it. I'm not gonna say stay in your lane, but it's like if you're gonna talk shit about other people who are doing better than you, then that's a whole other thing. So, So I'm at the Thai Angel Bar doing a set. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I love late night stuff. That's why I feel like I shine the most. So I get up on stage and killing it. New stuff's working, old stuff's working. I'm just taking the audience for a ride, you know. Um, as soon as I get off, I sit back at the bar, and this couple walks in. Like they look like fresh out of the thrift store. Like I'm like, all right, cool. They're not gonna be a problem. So they sit like they sit in front of me direct. There's so many chairs in the back, in the front, to the left of us. They decide to sit right in front of me, blocking my whole view of the stage, and I'm just like, ugh. All right, whatever. Luckily, there's like a mirror to the left, so I can actually still see the comedian perform. And they're being a nuisance from the start. And they sit at the bar, they're already wasted. They smell like alcohol and cigarettes. I'm just like, oh, okay. That's a that's a pro move, walking into a bar already wasted. Like, so they sit down. I'm not, with the whole controversy shit, I'm not even gonna open my mouth. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm not even gonna look at you. I'm not even gonna give you a look and smile at you, like like how I usually do if I run into somebody that I'm acquainted with, but I'm not actually friends with them, and I don't know if they want to be friends with me. I'll just, oh hey, how's it going? Just smile and wave. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Not a lot of people deserve your energy or attention like that. So, and it's not even just that. It's just like, some people are just doing their own thing. Like, they don't have time to spark a conversation. They're busy. So, a little smile and wave. That's all you gotta do. So you sit down right in front of me, blocking my view. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not here to watch the comedians or whatever, right? So the guy and his girlfriend, I'm assuming, well, yeah, they're like arguing with each other. Like, at some point, the guy's like, fuck, you're right. Oh, so stupid. It's my fault. It's my fault. Like, verbatim. I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck they're going through. Just stupid shit. Stupid relationship. I'm drunk type shit. And, they're interrupting the show, They're trying to be a part of the show. They're like, yeah, fucking, oh. They're trying to make jokes. They're trying to crack jokes, and they suck. So like, there's times where I'm just like, I mean, they're like right in front of me, like literally, like right here. I have to go like this just to see what's going on, and it's like he keeps looking back at me, So he's just like, I'm just like, I'm trying to watch the show. I'm not even like giving him. I'm not even like. I'm pretending like he's invisible, which is how uncomfortable I was. Like, I'm just like, oh, he's not there. He's invisible. You can't see him. You can only see through him. So, and then one of the comedians is trying to do it. I think Drew was up on stage doing a joke. He was trying to set up this joke, and then this guy is just like, yeah, he interrupts. I don't know what he says some dumb shit. And Drew's having a hard time getting his joke out. So then this dude looks to me. He's like, should I go up? I'm like, I'm not even trying to like if his eyes are like right here, I'm like this, bro. He's like, should I go up? Should I? What I wanted to say was, sure, sure, who cares? But like, I don't want to come out like he's drunk. He's coked up, and I know he's coked up because at some point during the show, he takes a little baggie out of his shirt pocket, puts it on the bar, and just starts like hitting it with a knife. I'm just like, one of those guys, huh? And hey, I've been there. I'm not judging. I've been there, but it's just like, that's what's going. This is what's going down. Okay. He steps out to go to the bathroom, whatever. His girl's there, like just fish-eyed, like not knowing. They don't know. It doesn't look like they know where they're even at, And then she's again interrupting the comedian, trying to be a part of the show, being like, "Hey, what about this and that?" And then and I kind of just looked at her like, ugh, like, oh, like something like I'm fucking royalty, but it's just at the same time, it's just like, bro, like you don't have to say anything. Just drink, just do what you need to do. You're not a part of this. Like, there's people who are here trying to watch. It's not just comedians. There's like 5, 6 people in the bar who are watching us. And the guy comes back, and then I think it's like the last comic is up, and again he interrupts the fucking whoever's on stage, and he just looks at me. He's like, "Should I go up? Should I?" And I'm just like, at that point, I was like, I want to tell this dude, shut the fuck up. You're not gonna do nothing, dude. You're interrupting. Like, I wanted to just go off on him, but then I started thinking about all those people who've been talking shit to me on Reddit and Instagram. Fucking like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on this one. I'm just gonna pretend he doesn't exist. So every time he turns around, I'm just like not looking at him. I'm just like, bro, like just shut the fuck up, dude. And then the show's over, and then since the show's over, they get up and start dancing, make it about themselves or whatever. It's all good. It's all good. It's whatever, dude. Some people need the time to shine. Some people just want to be a part of something. I get it. Some people think that they're a superstar when they're really just at a bar. No car. Not getting very far. But yeah. So that's how my week has been, dude. Fucking. Yeah, I got dates. I'm gonna put the dates in the description, so don't listen to what I said. I'm not sure about those dates, if they're actually right. It might be the March 4th or 6th at the Haha. It also might be March 26th or 24th in Long Beach. But I know for a fact this Saturday, February 28th, is gonna be at the Hollywood Comedy, 8:00 p.m. Get your tickets. You can go on my Instagram at the Barry Montoya. You'll find I'm verified. You'll see me. I'll put my links in there. I gotta start taking care of those links because Instagram links. They require so much, but it's like I would like to get a website, but at the same time, just like I just get a. I'm gonna get a link tree. Fuck it, I'll get a link tree. Just keep it updated. Try to get on top of that. Yeah, dude. That's it, man. I'm gonna go get a stack of Wonder Bread right now. I'm just like you. I can't read. I'm just like you. Stacks of Wonder Bread.